What's going on YouTube? My name is Dustin, and if you stay tuned and watch this entire video and decide that you like this sort of content and found the information in the video helpful, please help me out by hitting the subscribe button down below and hitting the like button on this video. We got lots more content coming with this pickup here, 2014 Silverado High Country. We've had it for about a month now, but I've got some unfortunate news about it. It has an AC leak, and I'll show you guys kind of a common problem on these 2014s through, I think they might have updated some of the issues in 2016, but the 2014 and the 2015 for sure have this issue, both the GMC Sierra and the Chevy Silverado. So I'm going to show you what the issue is and kind of how to troubleshoot if your AC is blowing warm, what you can do to fix this issue. So I've already got the hood popped, and of course the first things that you would check, if you're very familiar with mechanics, you need to look in your fuse box at a few things like your compressor and whatnot. Your fuse box is over here. Just look at the fuses, see if they're good or bad. That's not necessarily what this video is about, troubleshooting fuses. I'm going to actually show you guys how to look for leaks on the vehicle itself. There's a few different ways that you can do it, and I'm going to give you some ideas of where you need to look at. I've been doing quite a bit of research on this issue, and apparently it is a widespread issue with these pickups. That the AC getting warm and not functioning properly, and so there's a few main areas that you guys need to look at to find the leaks, and we're going to do just that. So I bought this pickup, like I say, a month ago, so that would have been in February. Still cold. Couldn't really test the AC because it was cold outside. I guess had I had more sense, I could have checked that the compressor was locking in and turning, but didn't think to do that. So nonetheless, we've got an AC issue, but I've got it figured out, and I'll show you guys how to do that. So there's a few things that you want to check first of all. Whenever you turn your truck on, there's an area down in here, and I'll get my light out to see if I can show you guys. There's an area down in here that you're going to want to look for at the very, very bottom, and I want to point my light at it right here. This guy right here, that my light is on right here, this is the compressor. And that's what compresses the Freon for your AC. So you want to see if this outside portion is spinning whenever the vehicle is running. If it's not and stationary just like it is right now, that means either you've got a blown fuse or you don't have any Freon in your system. Now, okay, so maybe I don't have Freon in my system. What do I need to do now to check that? Right here, this guy right here, you just unscrew this cap that I'm pointing my light at right here. And what you can do is you can buy a gauge that will show you. Once you unscrew this, you can buy a gauge, and I'll show you guys that. I've got one here. So you can buy a gauge that's going to show you how much pressure you got in there. And you can see this gauge tells you right where you need to be. Green being low, blue being filled, and then you got your yellow and red for alert and warning. That means you're overfilled. So all you got to do is attach this end to the end we were just looking at right here, and that'll give you an idea if there's any Freon or not in there. So let's say you don't have any Freon. The next step is going to be to buy, and I've already got a bottle of it here, and it doesn't necessarily have to be this brand, but I picked this up at my local Walmart. That's just Easy Chill. What you want to look for specifically is a Refrigerant R134a with a UV dye in it. And you can see it's got a dye in it as indicated by this hose. But all you do is you shake this guy up, and I've already done this just to give you guys an idea, but you shake this guy up, attach this end to there, and you just rotate it every few seconds between noon and 3 o'clock. And that's going to put that Freon in your system. So, once you've got the Freon in your system, you're going to need another kit. This right here is about 15 bucks. You might be able to find it cheaper just depending on where you shop around. And I'm going to leave a few links for you guys down at the bottom to buy some of these products. And if you buy it using that link, it helps support the channel. So, if you find the information in here helpful, I'm not saying that you have to buy from those links, and you're not buying directly from me, but it does help the channel out. So, you might think about it if you're interested in it. If not, just go out and find something similar to this right here, and you're also going to need a UV leak detection kit. So what comes in that kit? Well, you're going to get a UV pin light. This was, I think, 18 bucks, and I picked it up at O'Reilly's. Walmart didn't have any, so I had to go there instead. And you can pick these up online. I'll leave a link down below for this exact kit here. But you can see this is just a little UV light. And you don't have to wear these, but they make you look super cool, right? It does make leaks a little bit easier to see, but I'm going to show you guys the leak on camera here for what we're looking at. But these just kind of filter out some of the other stuff there so you can see the light a little bit better. But nonetheless, let me show you what we're looking for here. So you can see how this line is kind of a greenish color. If I shine my light on it, and you can even see my fingerprints on this, you're going to see that the UV dye glows. So the idea is we can look around on the areas of the vehicle where there might be a leak. As you can see right here, and where I've spilled a little bit here. Hopefully that's showing up. Oh yeah, that's showing up great on camera here. So you can see this is where we, the low port, where we actually screwed in to test. Boy, that is dark. I am sorry, guys. Let me get another light on here. Alongside this one, maybe. So you can see this is just the low port where we screwed in with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that back on and show you guys some of the common areas that leak. A few things that you're gonna want to check, and I'll show you where my leak is and exactly how I found it, is the compressor itself. So we're gonna check it with this little UV light that I just showed you, and we're gonna check for any glowing areas. And if you see some on the compressor, it's likely your compressor. The biggest one that I'm seeing is actually the line that runs from your compressor to the condenser. And that is, and I'll point to it with my light, sorry about the quality here guys, but it's going to be this guy right here. And we'll look at it from under the truck and I'll show you exactly the area that it busts. But that was not the issue on mine. I had to dig a little bit further to find it. Let's go ahead and get under the vehicle so you guys can see what I'm talking about there. Okay, so we're rolled under the vehicle, and right here, you may have a skid plate here that you need to take off and out of place, but right here is our compressor. Let me see if I can hold this light with this hand and point with my finger. So this is our compressor right here, and you can see you can actually turn this by hand and it spins freely, so I know the compressor's not locked up. This right here that I've got my hand on, and hopefully isn't too blinding you guys, this part right here that runs from the compressor to the condenser is the issue that a lot of folks have. This little bend right here, and on the back side back here, the little bend where it kind of shapes like a hook. And I'll see if you guys can, yeah, you can see my finger on the screen there. This little S hook right here, or just hook, it vibrates a lot. You can see it just moves freely, and it'll get a bust kind of in the elbow there where the Freon leaks out. Like I say, you're just going to take your little UV light and look all around in here and see if you see anything glowing, which there's not in here because the leak is not down here. But I would check these two areas very, very heavily, very carefully. If it's just a pinhole, you're going to have to be real careful and real diligent looking around to see if you can find it. So I'm going to get back out from under here and show you where my leak is. So those two areas, if you can't find it, next place you need to look is something that's called the AC condenser. And something to keep in mind too guys is that this can be applied to more than just this vehicle. A lot of your AC systems are going to be the same, especially across these Chevys, especially the Silverados, the 5.3s. They've been running since shoot what, 99, so they're all pretty similar. You know, you might have items in different places, but it's all kind of the same theory and practice. So we got our radiator in the front here, and under this plastic cover in front of that is our AC condenser. And how you find if it's a leak there is on the driver's side, right behind the grill, and maybe you'll be able to see it in there. Oh yeah, you can see that great on camera. You can see there's the condenser back there. So what I'm gonna do is turn this light off and get my UV light out so you can see on the driver's side there's what looks like a little welded spot there. And if I shine my light in there, and I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it on camera or not, but I can see some of the UV dye over here on this weld in the front, and that's where it is leaking. And if you want to confirm for certain that's where it is leaking, what you can do, see if I can get that shot for you guys. It may not show up on camera, but I'm telling you, over here, right where what looks like the weld is on the AC condenser, is that right there, that nice glow that we've got, just like what I'm showing you here. which is this is just where I dripped over here. So if you think you found the leak and want to confirm it and actually have enough Freon in there to build some compression, all you'd have to do is and you can even see where I've actually sprayed in there and it's spraying out and leaked. But all you'd have to do is fire up your vehicle, turn your AC on full blast, and spray some soapy water on there. And just like if you've ever done that with a leaking tire, you're going to see some soap bubbles, which there were definitely soap bubbles coming out of this guy here. So that's how I know it's the condenser. But you could also do the same thing with the compressor, probably, most likely, or any of these lines that run to or from the compressor. Those are the three most common leaks that I found on this specific model here. So that's where I would start first. If you got to dig deeper than that, I just start looking at your hoses and your lines, guys. That would be my best bet there. But the UV dye with the glasses and the little UV light make the world of difference there. Like I say, 20 bucks, 15 bucks, 35 bucks after tax, 40. You got yourself a good idea of where your leak's most likely going to be. So, a couple years back, it looks like that GM was selling the replacement parts as fast as they could literally make them, that they were on back order. It was costing people literally over $1,000 to do this job. But you can do it yourself real easy. In another video, I'm going to show you how to replace the AC condenser. We'll do it in probably less than an hour. And we'll go step by step, and I'll show you guys how to replace that condenser. And then even after that, I'll show you guys how to pull a vacuum on the AC system, which after replacing any AC component, you need to pull a vacuum on it. You have to pull a vacuum on it. Then we're going to replace the Freon in it. And then this AC system is going to be good as gold, and hopefully either my compressor or that little elbow doesn't go out that I showed you on the line running from the compressor to the condenser. I believe they made a replacement bracket. I'll see if I can find some information and post that down below as well for you guys if you are interested in getting that bracket to attach to it. But like I say, we're going to do another video on another day on how to replace that condenser. I found one on eBay for like right at 60 bucks with a lifetime warranty. So that's what's going to be going in this guy. So really think about it, guys. So like I said, we got 40 bucks here to actually find the leak, and then 60 bucks to replace the condenser. I'm going to go rent the tool probably from O'Reilly or AutoZone, and you know, the rental tool programs that they have are great. You basically buy the tool, but if you return it, you get all your money back. So I'll rent a vacuum from them so we can pull a vacuum on this guy, and then I'll have to buy another can of Freon. I'll probably get something bigger so I can actually get enough in there, but that's 20 bucks. So 120 bucks, we've got this pickup fixed. And I priced the compressor and the condenser line. Sorry, dog's barking back there. But really, worst case scenario, even if you had to replace those, not necessarily all of them, but you're in and out of this job for, you know, less than 200 bucks. In my case, 120 bucks if you do it yourself. And it's really not a hard job. Like I say, we'll do another video on this so you guys can see how the condenser is replaced, which is honestly probably the hardest of the three. And like I say, you guys will see it's not too terrible of a job. You can definitely do it yourself if you got some basic hand tools and some basic mechanical knowledge. So, okay guys, now you guys tell me, did I miss anything? If I did, leave them in the comments below. Help some folks out. That's what this video is about, to help folks out with issues like this. If you guys got questions for me, leave them down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. I usually get back to people like within 24 hours with whatever questions they might have. And keep in mind, guys, I'm not an expert mechanic by any means. I'm a weekend warrior, if you will. So, not an expert at all, but you know, I've replaced a few compressors and whatnot. So, you know, I know my way around good enough to get this job done, and we'll do that together in another video. Okay guys, like I say, if you found this information helpful and you stuck around this long with me, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the like button on this video. Helps the channel out, and if you think that you want to buy some of these with the link down below, that also helps support the channel. If not, you know, feel free to buy wherever you want. I understand, you know, budgets are a big deal to people, same as it is to me. So definitely, you know, shop around, get the best price for you can before using those links. But anyways, I sure appreciate you guys watching these videos. I can't believe that we've hit over 1,000 subscribers, and I tend to keep on going more and doing more. And, you know, you're going to see a lot of this truck in the future. So excited to see you guys. Until next time. Thanks.